Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwame Sha'Allah. Koholoyim la Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakahakutash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all the Akim and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan the Waf just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And seen this article in the Daily Mail yesterday, and I had seen this on the news, Euro News, maybe about I don't know how many months back, but it's saying that the exact number of oral sex partners that dramatically raises your cancer risk. So you women, you know, you can get throat cancer from jumping from man to man, slobbing on him and swallowing them fluids, and the same with you men. You know what I'm saying? Because it goes both ways. Because there's a lot of nastiness going on out here, and you don't know who dealing with who, and it's just a nasty world. You have to be really, really careful and circumspect. Now let's get this real quick. The scripture, Ecclesiasticus 5:15, also known as the Book of Sirach. Be not ignorant in anything, in a great matter or a small. Now somebody might be like, oh man, that's a small matter, but shit, we're the one to flock on everything that we see. And it was another article. Trump, he's doing a lot of stuff too. He's cutting a lot of medical facilities and a lot of CDC. I'm talking about they cutting a lot of shit that's got to do with people's health, so to speak. You know what I'm saying, in this country. So if you ask me speaking as a man, they're about to create a new problem. Oh, this is so crazy, man. I wish I could show y'all. I don't have my tag. I would turn my camera on. But this used to be a cute little Edomite. I'm seeing her walk right here because I'm at the plantation. I'm in the parking lot. But it used to be a cute little Edomite, cute little Sheetamite, blonde hair, Edomite. You know what I'm saying? But this motherfucker done changed the gender, man. Motherfucker got a straight beard now, just burly as hell now. Crazy, bro. That's another thing too, and that's the spirit. That's the spirit that I just seen them get out of their car, because I've been seeing this motherfucker, walking to the men's restroom looking crazy as hell. Got to go into the stall because you ain't standing at no urinal. You know what I'm saying? You got to go in there and sit down. But you got your little beard now, so you'll look crazy as hell going into the women's room because it's maybe like only a few people that really know that she made that transition like that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are gone. And she done that during COVID, because before COVID, I recognize, I'm looking like, well, damn, something going on. And then as time going on, I'm starting to see damn hair grow on her fucking face. Now this motherfucker got a full goddamn beard. But that's it's a lot of, they getting rid of mental institutions. All kinds of stuff is going on here in Babylon the Great, man. So be circumspect and watch yourself, man, with who you meet, man. You know what I'm saying? And because this place is nuts, so bro. Okay, it says people who have had oral sex with 6 or more partners, and these days women, boy, they shit, motherfucker dealing with they can deal with 6 dudes, 10 dudes in one setting. It's like the one so-called white chick, you know what I'm saying, that dealt with 1,000 dudes or whatever in one day. Boy, people who have had oral sex with 6 or more partners in their lifetime are almost 10 times more likely to get throat cancer. A medic has warned. Dr. H.I.M, an expert in cancer at the University of Birmingham, said 7 in 10 throat cancers are caused by human papillomavirus. Papilloma virus, if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm probably butchering that shit. Anyway, it's HPV. This normally harmless virus spreads through sexual contact and has been linked to the causing changes in cells that can become cancer. Whew. Writing for the conversation, Dr. Mahana said over the past 2 decades, there has been a rapid increase in throat cancer in the West, to the extent that some have called it an epidemic. So it's people running around out here with damn throat cancer and don't even know. And imagine too, motherfuckers smoking on top of that. You smoking blunts, you smoking cigarettes, you smoking Black and Milds, you vaping. So that's going to be an add-on to that as well. That's why it's so important, man. It's truth, man. Be thankful to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man, for the law, statutes, and commandments. We're not perfect, but hey, it's certain things that you can do as far as the law, statutes, and commandments, man, and you can keep them, perfectly, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? You can avoid a lot of craziness, bro. Okay, it says this has been due to a large rise in specific type of throat cancer called oral oropharyngeal oropharyngeal. I'm pronouncing that right, cancer. I ain't gonna even try and say it again. It says this cancer is the most common type of throat cancer, appearing in the tonsils and back of the throat. Medics consider HPV infection to be the biggest risk factor for developing the disease, outpacing other potential causes like smoking. But damn, so you can get it from, you know, sucking on some box or sucking on some rod quicker than you can from smoking, alcohol, and unhealthy diet. Damn. Dr. Mahena explained the prevailing theory, Salakia, the prevailing theory is that most of us catch HPV infection and are able to clear them completely. Okay, it's the doctor right here. However, a small number of people are not able to get rid of the infection, maybe due to the defect in a particular aspect of their immune system. And this is just, let me just go into another scripture. Because again, a lot of disease is carried because of adultery. That's why the Lord, hey, he has a strict law on not committing adultery, not, being a fornicator. You know what I'm saying? Those things can cause you to die, man. You know what I'm saying? Not just, a motherfucker running you down about dealing with their wife, but you can, it's just not wise, man, to be, but that's the reason why the Lord gave those instructions. And see right here with this Sirach 25 and 25, it says, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. And you got women that's out here, man, they just say they dealing with dude after dude. They dealing with this dude. Hey, they dealing with multiple guys a week. They having abortions. You know what I'm saying? Some women, man, I don't even know, a couple of damn abortions a month. But they dealing with multiple men. Not to mention, you know what I'm saying? You got motherfuckers is committing sodomy. They going into the exit, where you supposed to be taking a damn dump. They sticking rods and nose, and then they coming back out and somebody's sucking on it. You know what I'm saying? And you sucking off the bacteria and people's diets is crazy as hell. Motherfuckers don't drink no water, not don't eat no fruits or vegetables. It's just a goddamn McDonald's menu. Their whole diet is fast food, and here you go, you sucking on a rod of a motherfucker that's done that, like you just sucking back nastiness. Yeah, and I don't mean to sound graphic, but I mean it just is what it is. And that comes from, overall women having that ability to gad abroad, because if women didn't have the ability to gad abroad like how they have it, then a lot of disease really wouldn't be out here like how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that would really cut down on a lot of, sexually, transmitted diseases, man. But by women being in the West, they're able to get up, get dressed, put on these little bit. It's summer now. Put on these little bitty ass clothes, lure a nigga in. Then, and not to mention that LGBT A B C D E F G shit, that's disgusting. And and you got these down low guys. They dealing with dudes. They dealing with women. It's just, next thing you know, man, your ass is, you nothing but you done turned into hands and feet. You done lost all kinds of weight. People looking like, what the fuck happened to you? I just seen you last year. You trying to, you stuffed away in the house trying to hide, unhealthy as hell. Got some shit that's that's abominable. But anyway, that's where a lot of that stuff comes from. But I just wanted to just touch on this for a hot sec. I'm not gonna keep it long, but nasty. It says in those patients, the virus is able to replicate continuously, and over time can cause cells to become cancerous. Dr. Mahan added that those with multiple oral sex partners are at increased risk of cancer of the throat and mouth. Golly. Oropharyngeal cancer. I'm telling you, I know I'm butchering that word. The main risk factor is the number of lifetime sexual partners, especially oral sex. See? And what the brothers would always go into, the scientific evidence of, because they have data as to women having multiple men's semen. And I think they tested like a 90-year-old woman, and every man that she had ever had sex with, that semen was still in her ass somewhere, caught up in her brain cells, it throughout her body basically. So women are not designed to have sex with multiple men. They're supposed to have sex with that one, the very man that break her, takes her virginity, so to speak. She's supposed to be with that man forever. She's never supposed to be with another man in her lifetime, as long as that man lives. As long as that man is alive. So you have an adulterous nation. America is very adulterous, man. It's like a trade-off. Motherfuckers running trains on chicks. Imagine a chick, she's getting ran by the fucking the football team or the basketball team, and she's got 10, 12 multiple partners. The average chick these days, man, by the time they leave high school, they got 20, 30, 40 partners. And when they hit college, oh my. So just think about that, man. Okay, it says in Britain, head and neck cancers, which that's another Edomite nation, that's also Edomites, a category which is the so-called white man. Everywhere that this man rules is all destruction, because he doesn't. They claim to be Christians, but they don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the scriptures. Matter of fact, let me get another one, because they got laws for every goddamn thing except for the things that matter. Psalms chapter 50 and 16. They have laws on the books to protect wickedness while trying to claim that they're a Christian nation. Okay, it says Psalms 50 and 16, but unto the wicked, which that's the so-called white man. Job 9 and 24, it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. They run in the earth. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? That's Job 9 and 24. If not, where and who is he? Who's the wicked? He's running the earth. He's the one with all the medical procedures. He's the one with the curriculum as to who can be a damn doctor. He's the one that's issuing the licenses or the permits and all this other stuff. He's the one that's saying who can do this, who can do that, who can go where, who can, CDC, FBI, all these alphabets and shit. He's running all that. And he covered the faces of the judges thereof. The main judge face that he covered is the Father in heaven, calling him Jehovah, when his name is Yahweh, which means that he exists, or the existing one. They call him the Son, which is the next main judge, Jesus. Got him looking like a goddamn white dude, knowing full well the Lord is a dark melanated man. If he walked the earth today, he would be a Negro. And his name is Yahweh, which means that he's the savior or deliverer in the Paleo Hebrew. Here you go, you got the Pope in them, or they got this they're trying to elect a new Pope, and they got all these dumbass rituals, a bunch of witchcraft. None of that shit is in the Bible. None of it. But they got like 1.5 billion followers in Catholicism. That's just one sect of Christianity that's teaching the idol worship. All of them, whether it's Protestant, Baptist, whatever the fuck it is, it's all idol worship. Pentecostal, none of that shit is scriptural. But they lead with the we're righteous. Look, we have the Bible. But anyway, Psalms 50 and 16, it says, but unto the wicked, Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? What you doing with the Bible, man? Seeing thou hatest instruction, and castest my words behind thee. Here you go. You got laws on the books that protects the alphabet people more than it protects, you know what I'm saying, regular people, so to speak, or heterosexual people. Anyway, let's go back. I don't want to, like I said again, I don't want to keep this too long. But it says in Britain, head and neck cancers, a category including throat cancer, are responsible for more than 12,000 cases of the disease and 4,000 deaths per year. In the U.S., more than 50,000 cases of oral, and that word again, oral pharyngeal cancer are diagnosed each year, causing more than 10,000 annual deaths. That's right here in America. And that's not from smoking. So imagine adding smoking to that. You know what I'm saying? You're smoking, blunt after blunt after blunt. And Jake be going hard with the raps, you know what I'm saying? All kinds of backwoods and, just harsh ass leaves. Here you go, you smoking, passing a blunt while giving oral sex. While throwing back that hard ass shot of Hennessy or whatever the fuck. Anyway, it says, but the data suggests rates are on the rise. Right? So this is going on, they got it in England. But it's everywhere the Edomites rule. Separate data shows rates of head and neck cancer have surged by more than a third in Britain, with the trend being driven partly by younger patients being diagnosed. Yep, it's these young Edom, these freaks. Data from the charity Cancer Research UK show a 60% rise in cases among women, god damn, and a 34% rise in men aged 25 to 49. Okay. Yeah. See, women out here, they getting it in. 60% as compared to 34% for men. Yeah, women out here chopping it up. And they have little what they call it they got classes on that here. You know, the women had these little parties. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they be working with. I don't know if it's cucumbers. They working with some of everything. They shoving everything to the back of the throat. These little parties they be having. You paying to go. Oh man, bro. Anyway, HPV is a common virus spread through vaginal, anal, and oral sex with someone who is already infected. Ooh. Around 8 in 10 people will carry HPV in their body at some point, with around a third of the population infected at any one time. Damn, bro. There are over 150 types of HPV, but only about 12 can cause cancer. HPV 16 and 18 are the most common highly risked strains that can cause oral pharyngeal cancer. I'm getting better, see? It isn't clear if oral sex performed on a woman is riskier in terms of HPV transmission than oral sex performed on a man. I can imagine it being that on a woman, though. For real, because she got a lot more juices going on down there. Not to mention, the monthly and yeah, motherfuckers not properly cleaning, and it's a nasty situation. But anyway, you get the point, man. Matter of fact, this is this guy right here. Remember the actor? It says Hollywood legend Michael Douglas revealed in 2013 that his mouth cancer diagnosis was likely to have been caused by performing oral sex. Now, was it on this chick right here, Catherine Zeta-Jones, the actor? Because she's a lot younger than he is too. But what, you put your mouth on that motherfucker right there and caught that shit, bro? Is that what you saying? And she used to be pretty back in the days. She's, I guess she's still not that bad looking though. But she used to be real pretty back in the days. It was kind of like a little, I can remember when they kind of got together and shit, because he's a lot older than she is. Yep. But anyway, man, I mean, you see what it is. Like I said, I didn't want to keep it long. Let me just get another one before I end out. Ephesians 5 and 15. Yeah, man, be circumspect. Ephesians 5 and 15, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. And you have to assess things, man. Use wisdom when you're dealing with, these women. Because, as a matter of fact, the apostles is like, man, leave the so-called black woman alone. Because she out here doing it all. She's like the mascot for doing it all. And be bragging about it. You can just see, but you can tell, the scriptures talked about, you can see. And you can just tell, man. It's not hard to tell what a woman is really about. You can just pretty much overall tell just by how she's dressed. Just that look. You see them nails, you see them goddamn eyebrows, that ought to say enough to you. Sirach 26:9, it says, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. It's nothing to really check it out. I mean, it's nothing to really see it. You know what I'm saying? You can see it, and they try and move and act as if they're so goddamn righteous, but they nasty. These Americans, man, oh my. Don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna say it's all 100%, but man, it's West. You gotta be you looking at least 97, 98% of nastiness here in these Americas, man. You have to be careful. And anywhere. Because Esau's wine, all these countries are drinking of the wine of Babylon. But these Edomites, man, they be doing some stuff, man. They be sleeping with dogs. I seen the brother's video the other day. He had a whole, I think it was called, I forgot what it was called, but it was, Edomites, pretty much show no shame type of deal. But the one lady, she was going out dealing with some wolves in the damn, in the motherfucking, forest. And I'm assuming she wasn't afraid that they wasn't gonna eat her ass up. But it was a pack of wolves. But these pack of wolves is just running up on her. She on her knees, and they licking her all in her mouth, all down her throat. I'm talking about hardcore tonguing her, all the wolves. And she's talking about, yeah, this is how you get to know them and this. And what the fuck is bitches? You crazy? Then the one chick, it was like a little, I guess they was like, how they have these people, they be out with the little microphone and they ask questions. And they asked the one little white chick, have you ever cheated on your boyfriend or something? And she was like, yeah, but not with another man. She was like, well, what you talking about? She's like, yeah, but my boyfriend, he busted in one time and I was on my hands and my knees and his dog was behind me. I'm looking like, yep. And they've been getting arrested and shit, you know what I'm saying, as of late with the nastiness, you know what I'm saying, dealing with these pets, man. These dogs. Because, Esau is notorious for letting a dog jump up at the kitchen table and letting them lick all in their mouth and shit. Like, I never understood that. Here you go, you walking in behind a dog, picking up dog shit in behind them, just so that's a different type of people, man. And see, Jake, really Eve, you know what I'm saying, because she's like that nigga's counterpart, physical counterpart, the so-called black woman. She has picked up on all this nasty niggas traits, man, and she's out here doing all kinds of nastiness. So you brothers, man, you gotta be careful, you know what I'm saying? And women as well, you gotta be careful, man. Because Jake out here doing a lot of nastiness. A lot of nastiness. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna end out there. Walk circumspectly with that. Shalom.